Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're tackling a pretty universal problem in RC, something we maybe don't talk about enough. The apparel gap. You know, the market's full of cool logo tees, hoodies, all that fan gear looks great. But the actual hobby, it's physical. You're constantly squatting, kneeling, bending over, getting covered in dirt.
Yeah, exactly. It's active. It really demands something closer to technical workwear, but finding that it's tough. It's actually kind of funny and revealing. If you search online for functional RC pants,
Oh, yeah. What comes up?
you mostly get results for wheel pants.
Yeah.
You know, the little aerodynamic bits for RC planes.
Right. Not exactly helpful for keeping your knees off the ground.
Not at all. It just shows how little purpose-built gear there is for us, the operators.
Okay, so that's what we're doing today. Our mission, let's say, is to figure out the ideal functional RC uniform. We're going to borrow ideas from, workwear, skateboarding, BMX, places where clothes have to perform.
Right. And the first thing you got to understand is the main stress point. It's kinetic, it's about movement, all those dynamic postures, the squatting, the kneeling, they put huge tensile stress right on the seams, particularly the crotch and the inner thigh.
Okay. Yeah, that's the spot. That's why pretty much everyone listening has probably had that catastrophic pants split happen, right, at the worst possible moment.
Yeah.
So back in the day, the fix was just wear massive clothes.
Yeah.
Is ultra baggy the real solution?
Well, fundamentally, yeah. The engineering principle behind it is correct. Loose fits mean more volume, and that volume lets your body move inside the garment itself. So the extra material just folds and, makes room for the squat. The tension doesn't go straight to that seam intersection. Problem solved, sort of.
Okay, I get the physics, but practically, standing trackside or crawling through brush, I don't really want tons of extra fabric snagging on, my tires or branches. We need that mobility, but maybe without the giant parachute pants.
Exactly. Snag hazards are real. And that brings us to, really, two key modern innovations that give us mobility without extreme bagginess. First one, and this is critical, the gusseted crotch.
Okay, what's that exactly?
It's usually a diamond-shaped piece, sometimes triangular, sewn right into that high-stress crotch intersection. What it does is disperse the stress across multiple seams instead of concentrating it on one point. It drastically improves the durability and your range of motion. Honestly, if you're crawling or wrenching trackside a lot, this is pretty much non-negotiable.
Gotcha. Gusseted crotch.
Yeah.
Essential. Okay, what's the second innovation? The one that lets things fit a bit closer but still move, I'm guessing stretch?
You got it. Stretch fabrics. We're not talking leggings here, but integrating just a little bit of elastane, maybe 2 to 4% into a durable canvas or twill. That small percentage gives you just enough flexibility for those deep squats and lunges while letting the pants maintain a more, tailored, safer fit.
Okay, this makes sense. Gusset for durability, stretch for mobility without the bagginess. So let's apply this. How does this translate into recommendations for different RC disciplines? Let's start with the basher, the one getting the dirtiest.
Right, the bash. For them, it's got to be abrasion resistance, first and foremost. You're sliding, kneeling on rough stuff, so you look straight towards heavy-duty workwear. Think brands like Dickies, Carhartt, maybe, that tough canvas, maybe double knee construction. Durability is absolutely key because you're going to be grinding them into the ground.
Makes sense. Okay, shifting gears. The crawler, they're basically doing slow motion techno hiking, right? Over rocks, roots, weird angles.
Exactly. So for crawlers, it's more about flexibility and maybe sustained comfort on the trail. You'd look towards the technical hiking apparel world.
Yeah.
Brands like Prana, maybe 5.11, tactical, that sort of thing. The key features there are going to be articulated knees, pre-bent for easier movement, and definitely that gusseted crotch we talked about. Essential for all the low-to-the-ground maneuvering.
Okay. And finally, the racer. Often on a driver's stand, but doing a lot of work down in the pit area.
Yeah, for the racer, the needs shift a bit. It's maybe less about constant extreme movement and more about utility and protection from chemicals. Honestly, the single most functional piece of gear for a racer might not even be pants. It could just be a really good pit apron.
An apron. Interesting.
Yeah. Think about it. It protects your regular clothes from nasty stuff like shock oil, tire additives. Keeps them clean. Plus, good ones have pockets right where you need them for essential tools. Super practical.
Huh. Okay, the apron is a smart call for racers. Now, here's something cool. You mentioned how loose fits were the old solution for function, to stop the blowouts.
It was purely practical.
And right now, today, that looser, more relaxed fit is totally back in mainstream fashion anyway.
Exactly. It's kind of a perfect storm. The most practical choice for RC needing that room to move, avoiding the seam splits, happens to be perfectly in style right now. You don't actually have to choose between function and, looking current anymore. The durable, functional choice is the current look.
That's great. So the ideal functional uniform for RC, it's kind of already out there, tested in workwear and outdoor gear. So now that you know what to look for, that gusset, the touches stretch, the right durability for your style. Think about this. What's the one piece of purpose-built gear you're going to add first? What will make the biggest difference to your time at the track or out on the trail?